What's up, guys? Back to Jackpot DFS. Wanted to put out something out for the NBA single game slate tonight. Really quick. No, I haven't done any videos for NBA, but I do play and I do play it quite often and pay attention to the NBA. Just not haven't put out much content on the NBA at all, but I wanted to get something out there for you guys. If it helps, fantastic, and wanted to get you guys something out there. But looking at the game tonight, we got Boston and Miami. Um, Looking at point guards tonight, this has been a crazy series so far. Miami's kind of one of those surprise teams, I guess you could say, and right there in contention could very well make it to the finals. So I think they've surprised a lot of people. But moving on to point guards, I know we've got Gordon Hayward back, so that I think is probably going to dip into some of these other guys' playing time, like a Wanamaker, Smart. Don't know how much playing time he'll get tonight, but we'll take a look at that and see what we like tonight. First, it jumps off the charts here. We've got obviously Kemba Walker for the Boston Celtics. Put up a 32 last game. Really like Gordon Dragic. He's been like kind of reborn the last part of this season. He was there for a while. He kind of just sat on the bench all along, and Kendrick Nunn was kind of the guy. And I don't know what happened, but Spolstra decided just to say, "Hey, let's give it to Goran and have him run the team," and it's worked out beautifully because them guys have just been monstrous, ripping through people, and they've been really, really tough to beat. Obviously, as we've seen in the NBA playoffs and towards the end of the season, with the short stretch that they had continuing on after COVID. But looking on, you got Kimber Walker on DK at 8,600. And then you've got Dragic at 8,200. Obviously, I like the upside of Walker, but I also love Dragic, so I think both these guys are in play. My favorite 2 point guards, obviously, on the slate. I think you have some consideration for Smart. The problem with Smart is that now that Gordon Hayward's back in the mix, you just don't know what you're going to get because sometimes this guy can just come and go out there and put a dud up. He's really kind of came on in the playoffs. So, I mean, there is some consideration. I just don't like the price. If you're going to pay 78 for Smart, why not just go ahead and get Dragic and go ahead and just, make a stand. NBA playoffs and NBA single game slates are games where you have to make a stand. You just got to kind of look at the numbers and you just kind of, I like to go with the more steady pieces. And I know what I'm going to get out of Dragic. Sometimes Smart can have a great game, and sometimes he just falls off. Same thing with Kemba Walker. I mean, Kemba Walker did the same thing. He'll come in and have a great game, and then next game he just kind of goes out there and puts up a 15. These both these teams have players who could step up and play a big game at any given time. So, point guard not my favorite spot to really go at. But if I'm going to play two of them, obviously I'm going to go the route of Smart, Dragic, or Walker tonight. Moving on to shooting guard. Obviously Jimmy Butler's always in play. He's pricey at 9,200. Also like Jaylen Brown. Obviously he went up with a 50 last game. Jaylen Brown's one of them guys who has super. If he was on any other team like the Hornets or something that didn't have anybody like him, he'd be an all star. I mean, fortunately for the Celtics, they have a team with full of stars. He one night he can go out there and put up a 20, and then the other night he can go out there and put up a 50. Um, love him tonight. I think the price tag is a little bit high on Butler myself. I probably won't play him. As you see, he's put up a 34, a 31, and a 38 the last 3 games for a $9,200 price tag. I think you just fade that. I mean, he's not putting up those type of numbers to deserve that price, and it's going to be hard to make sense of that price with those type of numbers. He's just not putting out the output that you need for a salary such as that. I think you're better off at taking a guy like Hero. Hero, I mean, if you look at him, he's only 6,600 compared to 9,200 for Jimmy Butler and he's putting up the same numbers, if not better. I mean, I think you're better off just taking a Hero, even consideration for Robinson. Both these guys are pretty cheap, um, and help you save some salary to get some other players in there. So my picks, if going, I'm going to fade Jimmy Butler. Um, I'll have a few lines with Jaylen Brown, a few lines Smart, but I really like Hero. I think he's a pivotal play, and I think he's a with the numbers he's putting up, I think he's a must play. Looking at small forward, obviously Tatum is just a must play. He's I know he's expensive, but he's just one of those guys who you're just going to put up. He's going to be involved in the games, play a lot of minutes. His usage rate is always high. He's got the ball in his hands a lot. He's good for putbacks, and sometimes in the game when they need somebody to go to, Jason Tatum is instead. I played him a couple weeks ago, I think, and he just in one game I'd really concentrate on Jason Tatum, and he's happened to just get early foul trouble, and kind of killed me and targeted me a little bit away from him. But Jason Tatum's an excellent player. I don't see how you fade him. If you're going to pay up for somebody, I think he's one of them guys you pay up for. Jimmy Butler, like I said, is a fade for me. Brown's a go for me. I think that price tag is a little bit high for Hayward. He's not complaining. We don't know how healthy he is. I think you just fade him and go with Hero or go with a Robinson. I think you're pretty much going to get the same. Pay some lower salary and get those savings on those guys. Not even can consider like Iguodala or any of these other guys. I mean, they're not. These guys aren't going to be out there, but they're not going to do anything. Iguodala is more out there for defense now. He's not the stud he once was. And like a guy like Derrick Jones, I mean, he's just not getting any kind of play. He's not getting enough playing time to make a difference. And when he is out there, he's making mistakes. He has turnovers. He's made some bad fouls. I don't know how much we'll actually see of Derrick Jones. I say you more stick with the Derek Duncan Robinson, Hero, Jaylen Brown, Tatum kind of thing. I think you're going to be in the best interest to do that and kind of play around with it, see what kind of lineups you can build. And we'll kind of go over a captain kind of pick at the end there. I already mentioned Tatum as one of my pivotal picks. I do like Crowder. Like I said, I mean he's 6,000 on DK. Why pay up for you're paying for a name with Gordon Hayward versus the actual talent and what production he's going to give you? I mean, you're just better off taking Crowder. He's going to be out there. He's got upside. He's way cheaper. You're going to get a $1,200 discount. Just be smart. Take Crowder. Hayward can't put up a big game, but likely chances are Crowder's been really consistent. He's cheap at 6,000, and I think you're just better off at potential lineups that are going to win you money. Just staying smart and staying with Crowder. Like I said, pivotal with Crowder and Tatum. Looking down, not a whole lot to like. There's none of the rest of these guys are getting enough playing time to make a difference. Kelly Olynyk early in the playoffs and games was making a difference. Now he's just all of a sudden not getting the playing time and not getting the opportunity. So I think you're better off to sticking with these two guys, Tatum and Crowder in the power forward position, and just kind of shooting for, if you're going to go with a big guy, go with the center position. But moving on to center, obviously Bam Adebayo is going to be the guy for Miami. Putting up the numbers, he's been really consistent. He put up 59 last game. I mean, look, he's 400 more than Jimmy Butler with way more results. Just making a smart choice, man. I think you're better off just going ahead and playing Bam. Don't even risk it with Jimmy Butler. He's not producing. He's not showing you anything that's swaying you to say, well, he's still Jimmy Butler, but just in this moment in time and matchup, Jimmy Butler just isn't the guy. Bam Adebayo is going to be the guy, and obviously he's showing that in potential and what he's doing consistently. With NBA, you want something consistent to match with the price, and that's what you got here. Obviously, I love Bam. I think he's obviously a prime target for lineups. Some consideration for Theis. Not big on Cantor. I'm not even gonna waste my time really with him. I mean, if you want a cheap lineup and you want somebody who's real cheap, Cantor's 1800. He's gonna give you. I mean, it's around a possibility that Cantor could come out there and get 20 points, or 20 DK points, and do that for you. So if you're gonna do multiple lines, Cantor's probably the guy. They've kind of all but faded Robert Williams out of the lineups, so I don't see him getting any playing time. And guys like Olenek, I've already mentioned, Mayers Leonard, is not going to get the playing time. Has no upside. There's absolutely nothing there. So if you're going to bounce around, I'd say it's pretty much these three guys that you kind of play with. Bam, Cantor, Dice. That's pretty much your only options at big guys playing wise. So captains I like. I love Tatum. I love a Crowder at captain if you want to save some salary at captain position, because I know DK charges you more to play them in the captain. So a guy like Crowder could be one of those perfect pieces. A guy like Huro could be one of those pieces. Even a guy like Robinson, if you really wanted to dig deep and get somebody really to save you some money and help you build a line, a Robinson could be a great pick at captain. I really love those three for captain picks. Robinson, Harrow, or Crowder. I just think those are going to be the best bets as far as saving you money and giving you pivotal pieces to help you build a good line that's going to get a good score. But obviously, those are my picks. Any question or comments, guys, feel free to like and subscribe as well. As we've been doing, any kind of comments or questions, anything you guys have, any kind of advice you need, my Twitter is open, YouTube comments open. Feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I'll be playing a few lines tonight myself, but those are the pieces I'm going to. And good luck tonight, guys, and hope this helps.